whoever comes into that room is my patient. They will get what they need. They will be able to leave clinic or the hospital having their concerns met, their needs met, their questions answered, and feeling as if they were taken care of and they got what they needed. My name is Kenna Joyce. I am a nurse with the Colorectal Division here at VCU. I've been a nurse with them for 4 years, but total 24 years here at the hospital. So when Mr. Jett came into clinic, first thing I noticed about him was he was always well put together. And I just looked at him, I was like, oh, I could just see him in a jockey's uniform. He just looked perfect stature for that. And he was going through the form that we have him fill out, so new patients, so we can go through all their history and physical. And so we were asking about any surgeries, and he was telling us that he had had his legs broken multiple times, both at the same time. And we're like, well, what caused that? And he says, well, the horse would kick us and, we'd get legs broken. We were like, well, what did you do? And he says, well, I was a jockey. And we were like, what? I was like, oh my gosh. And so he told us about how many times, that back in the 70s that he had raced all up and down the East Coast with the horses, and that he had been at Bowie, Maryland, and had run that race course multiple times. And so he, turns out, was a jockey. And then he showed us pictures on his phone with him crossing the finish line on a horse that was Pet the Jet, where he had won. And we just thought that was the coolest thing. So Mr. Jett came to us. He is one of our Fredericksburg patients, so we see him in Fredericksburg. He was referred to us by his gastroenterologist for a rectosigmoid stricture from his previous prostate cancer from radiation injury. So we had taken him, looked at him, and we're going to take out that stricture. And in the meantime, so his anastomosis would heal, give him a loop ileostomy. His surgery went beautifully, and we ran into a little snag. His transportation company that he had scheduled to have him transported down canceled on him at the last minute. Gas prices were too high, and they did not want to transport him. And so our administrators, Sue Ellen and Melody, were calling to see if there was somebody that could get him here. Sue Ellen and Melody were trying to work with the doorways to get him into the doorways a couple days earlier so that he could come down, do his prep here at the hospital. The doorways did call us. They did have an opening. So we had our little ray of sunshine come through. We did get him in set. We did get him reversed. His surgery did go well. At his follow-up, he came back and was doing well. Everything was working well for him. He had gone back to a normal bowel habit. He was very happy with everything. And so his course was a little bit longer than we wanted to, but he did phenomenally through it.